Shalom. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and all other elders that teach the exact same thing. Salutations to the hopeful elect, men, women, and children that believe in sincerity. Alright, this is gonna be simply entitled Purge. Alright, because I'm away from where I live, trying to gain some type of spiritual strength, save some money, all at the same time. All right, focus on myself just a little while, and the elder I spoke with the elder Tazayawan, that brought me the vessel used to bring me into this truth, all right, and to teach me the truth, which he learns from Great Millstone, all right, but he said we were speaking about things, right, and before I wound up leaving, even though it's for a short period of time, he said something which I kind of already knew, but sometimes the spirit I have, a brother or a certain person say something you already know, and for some reason it hit different. And he said one thing. He said if you start to go through hardships, or if what you're trying to do starts to become difficult, you know you're doing the right thing. So immediately the first day, all types of challenges came up. All right, I was tempted to go back. Matter of fact, before I even left, I was tempted to procrastinate and put it off. All right, certain people count on me, I let it be known with one or two people what it was that I was going to do, and they thought about how things would be with me being gone, and so they didn't mean to do it, but they started projecting. All right, and through them projecting, through them spilling out their feelings and emotions about how they saw things going without things being planned out properly, as far as what it is that I'm doing. Though I started to have thoughts of doubt and procrastination and putting it off. But the thing about faith is that, everything is not gonna make sense. Everything is not gonna seem like it's gonna add up. But if the spirit is pushing you to do something, then it weighs heavy on you, and no matter how it may turn out, you have to do it. All right. All right. So, right. But what? That's the purging. That's the purging. All right. That's the spirit. That's you going through the spiritual cleansing. All right. That's you being cleansed, whatever weaknesses, right, or imperfections within you being cleansed out. All right. Which the Most High searches out the hearts of his men. All right. And he does the purging. He sets things up through the spirit, right? Think ye not estranged concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, right? He sets up the spiritual trials and tribulations all right, to try you, to purge you, to cleanse you, all right, to perfect you, all right. So this is Daniel 11, chapter 11, verse 33. It says, and I'm gonna read it in the NIV. You could, well, I'll read it in both. In the KJV, it says, and they that understand among the people shall instruct many. Right. And that's what the men of the Lord come out on the highways and byways to do. That's why they do multiple videos throughout the week. All right, and they're flooding the internet with this truth, right? To instruct many in hopes of gathering the elect, in hopes of the one members of the elect, whatever bodies possess the spirits of the elect, all right, beginning with the 144,000, in hopes of drawing them into the truth, back to the Father, all right. It says, and they that understand what? The scriptures, understand the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? Among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now when they shall fall, right? And so we've been through all of these things, right? We've as a nation, right, we fell by the sword, right? We've went through times of our houses being burnt, all right, us actually being burnt up by enemies, right? In multiple captivities, right? It says by captivity, right? Being slave men and slave women, and by spoil, we've been robbed of our identity, most importantly, right? Many days, right? Reading it in the NIV, those who are, matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading it in the King James. It says, now when they shall fall, they shall be hoping with a little help, right? They're going to be help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries, and some of them of understanding shall fall to try them and purge to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed, right? So the end will not come until all of the purging, all right, all of the elect members wake up and go through what it is that they have to go through, all right, which is to clean them, and what, and to make them white, all right, which is perfect, all right, without spot, spiritually, all right. So I'm gonna read it, and what, so because the word purge, like I said, means to cleanse, right? By way of water, by way of fire, all right, to draw out, all right, to bring up, right, and that's why in the movie The Purge, all right, when that day of the purge would come about, all right, you would have all of the true intentions of the people come up, all right, rise up, and be drawn out, and be revealed, all right, be revealed publicly, all right, and that's the same thing when you going through your trials and tribulations, right? You say you're going to stop smoking, right, and you truly mean it, because it's one thing to say it, right, because people make New Year's resolutions all the time, right, and they just say it, but let you actually mean it, mean it in your mind and in your spirit, that you're going to especially when it comes to when you're doing it in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, when you're doing it for spiritual and righteous reasons, all right, to in hopes of making the Most High happy, right, pleased with you, right, especially when you doing it for that, right. Let you say you gonna stop doing something, you don't even have to say it to nobody, right. For example, right, I told myself, I said, you know, because I've been going through this phase of eating bean pies. At one point in time, you wouldn't catch me even speaking about a bean pie. The thought of a bean pie was just like disgusting. But I believe that's because I overthought it. Like it was just something about beans. Like when I thought about beans, I thought about like baked beans and like baked beans and like pinto beans and things like that, black beans, right? So I couldn't understand how beans in a pie would be enticing. It wasn't something that I wanted, but I taste one and that shit was good as hell. So I been going through this phase of eating bean pies, but at the same time I try to watch what it is that I eat, knowing how it could be detrimental to my energy, detrimental to my health, my overall health. All right. And I also don't want to be out here on no fat shit. All right. And so, but most of all, my energy, because, you know, I've always suffered with like a lack of energy, which could be due to, which a lot of our people deal with, a lack of energy because they're not getting the proper nutrients that their body needs. They come from they're being raised in broken homes. They're being fed a bunch of fast food, all right, microwave food, oodles and noodles, hot dogs and beans, things like that, things that don't have any type of real nutritional value. All right, they're not eating vegetables, and then if they are eating vegetables, the fucking food, the fruits and the vegetables, they're poisoned. All right, and then and so I've suffered from a lack of energy. All right, and once I became more conscious and aware of what causes my lack of energy, I try to watch what it is that I eat, right? And so even though I went through this phase of bean pies, I told myself, I said it like, all right, that's it. I ain't gonna eat no more bean pies. I said it a couple times, right? I said it a couple times, and then people around me, from them, you know, for me allowing them to have a piece of my bean pie around me, then they started, once I was ready to leave it alone, then people around me start mentioning, you ain't gonna eat a bean pie today, yo, you don't got no bean pie, let me get it, I know you got some bean pie, let me get a piece, you want to go to the store, I'll buy you one, shit like that, right? Just like on Half Baked, all right, with Dave Chappelle, Snoop Dogg, his small role in that movie, he played the role of the nigga that never roll up, never spend money on weed, all right, but as soon as you roll up, as soon as you done spent your money on some weed and rolled up, here come this nigga popping up out of nowhere. He popped up out of from under the stoop, all right, under the porch. He popped up from under the porch. Like where the fuck you come from, nigga? So that's how it works, all right. Those spirits would if whatever it is that you trying to stop doing, if you let you commit to that in your mind truly, all right, and then you're gonna be tested, for sure, guaranteed, you're gonna be tested, and it's gonna seem weird. That's why the scriptures say, Think ye not it strange, right? It's gonna seem strange, right? Think ye not it strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, right? This is all on purpose, all right, especially for the elect to help them, to help challenge them and make sure that they're totally done with what it is that they say they want to be done with. That to where the Lord will put something that you don't want in your life in your face to the point until you get sick of it, until the thought of it turns your stomach, or until it just doesn't bother you anymore. All right. Same thing with women. All right. I can make multiple examples going on and on. Right. You say you won't. You leave the street life alone. Say you're not gonna deal with you're not gonna sell drugs no more, and give it a little bit of time. I bet you it happened. It happened, right? It happens, right? And if you've ever tried to commit yourself to stopping something, right, or starting something, right, it could be in case of, it could just be something positive, like I'm gonna start going to the gym, right? And you dedicate yourself to going to the gym, and then all of a sudden you will have an opportunity to go you have the opportunity. It'll be strange, right? You might be a brother that don't really be chasing girls like that. It don't really bother you like that, right? But all of a sudden now you meet this fine ass woman, right? And she seemed decent, right? And now you spending time with her. She calling you when it's time, when you supposed to be on a schedule to go to the gym. All right, so I could go on and on about this, but it's heavy, man, because I was just thinking about it, right? Fire, right? When you cooking something, right? Right? Say you cooking a steak, right? It causes the blood rises up. The blood rises up to the top. It's being purged out of that meat. Them impurities is being purged out of whatever it is that you cooking. All right. And turning into it turns into if you got water, if you got like water, that water evaporate. All right. The fire purges it out, and it causes it to evaporate into the air, so to speak. All right. And turns it into other elements to where as though it changes it to where as though it's not harmful to your body anymore. All right. With water, right? You boiling something. All right. If you boiling something, right? If you mix, for perfect example, if you mix oil and water, right? The oil, right? The more you boil that water with the oil in it, the more it rises up to the top. All right. Or if it's any type of dirt, right, it rises up to the top. All right. So that's the point. I'm gonna read this one more time. Daniel 11, chapter 11, verse 33 in the NIV. Those who are wise will instruct many, though for a time they will fall by the sword, or be burnt, or captured, or plundered. Right. The time of Jacob's trouble is coming, and the time of great testing, the greatest tests, right, are fastly approaching. All right. Where the men of the Lord may get stabbed, may get shot. All right. May get jumped, right. It say, or burnt. They might wind up getting burnt. The house might catch on fire. Whatever. Somebody might set your house on fire. You might make it out, but you might get burnt. All right. It says, or captured, or plundered. Right. Stomped out. Right. Trampled over. Captured, thrown in concentration camps, right? 34. When they fall, they will receive a little help, and many who are not sincere will join them. Right. You're gonna have insincere brothers join in and partake in his truth. Right. It says some of the wise will stumble. Some of the wise, even the elect, or even some elect members are going to stumble, right? Some of the wise will stumble so that they may be refined, right? Whatever it is that they're going through, if they're the elect, they're going to make it through that at the end shining, spotless, all right? They're going to be made white, all right? Like all of the elect will be made, right? In spirit, it says, purified and made spotless until the time of the end, right? They're gonna go through whatever it is that they gotta go through until they're done going through that, and then the end will come, right? For it will still come at the appointed time, right? So, Lord willing, that was edifying. I know I could stretch things out a little bit. I'm trying to learn to become better with it. All right. So with that, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shemi, Al-Shah, Shem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of great millstones, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.